woman who marries an Irishman and quickly finds herself in the middle of a love triangle. When I started writing the book, I had no idea it was going to be about that at all. I certainly didn't know she would end up killing people and betraying people and all the things that she ended up doing. But this character really took control of my life for about 2 or 3 years, and I finally just had to do whatever she wanted to do. And I just turned the book over to her, and she wrote it. And so I think that's why it's my favorite book of mine that's been published, because I don't really feel responsible for it. I feel as if she just told me what to write, and it was a strange experience, and I loved her voice and loved writing this book. But I wanted to read a section to you that sort of, I hope, gets to the theme of the book, which is forgiveness. And one of the people who has to be forgiven in this book is that the main character has to forgive herself for something that she does. And in this scene, she begins to do that. And it is told in the first person, so this is Vine speaking. So just as you're imagining Jason to be an 80-year-old woman, you have to imagine me to be this beautiful young Cherokee woman. And in this scene, Vine's husband has just returned from being gone for a while, and they're celebrated by having a big square dance on the yard. And her mother-in-law gets us to sing one of my favorite songs, which Jason will be singing. And this is set in the early 1900s. Esme made her way out into the middle of the circle. "I ain't got much of a voice," she announced, "but I feel the need to sing." I'd never heard her sing before, except when she hummed around the house. She looked broken and pale. I've been noticing this a while now, but tonight it was more evident than ever. She'd gone downhill fast. Some of her fire had been took. Life was seeping out of the tips of her fingers. But then she opened her mouth, and she sounded so alive. She sounded so free and young, so light that she might float right off the floor.
I've been a foreign lander for 7 long years or more, among the brave commanders, where the wild beasts howl and roar. I've conquered all my enemies on land and on the sea, but you, my dearest jewel, your beauty